this is my dressing room and welcome to our video. So this is where I get ready, all my cards from everyone and my lovely flowers. This is my lovely dressing room buddy.
Hello.
Can't stand that.
Oh, you said you'd behave.
These are all my costumes ready for going on. So this is my wonderful M&S menswear pyjamas that are meant to be my dad's old ones. And then I have this wonderful jazzy sparkly number which I wear in my first car crash cabaret scene, which is nice. And then I have a much nicer red jazzy one with some Dorothy slippers for the one that goes well. Really? This is, let's get this out. So this is meant to be Mum's outfit because it's not very well planned, the first cabaret. So he sort of chucked me in. I think she's tried on all her dresses. This was the longest one by far. They probably had to sew a bit extra on the bottom because Mary wears extremely short dresses and skirts. And then this kind of big puffy shouldered jacket, so I look a bit ridiculous and a bit out of place. I'm still wearing my headband and I can't really walk properly in the shoes, but it makes me look quite special.
Hello. Hello. I'm Sue Vincent. Welcome to my dressing room. This is my office. This is my world where I've conducted many amazing things from during this production. It's my last bunch of flowers. I'd like to say at this conjuncture that I got 6 bouquets on press night. They've all died, but I did get 6. Okay, Sadie's costumes. This is the opening ensemble. I'm not actually going to say much about them because you can see from the designs, you can make your own mind up about what you think about them. Everything's been bought 13 sizes too big just to make sure it fits. This is the skirt that goes with that. I think Sadie goes to charity shops. She looks like the person on what not to wear before they do her up. So yeah, that's the skirt that goes with that. Lovely. And then we've got this. This is the idea behind this was that it got ready for the cabaret, and so we thought something like cabaret. But when my nephew, who's just qualified as a doctor, when he came to see it, he said he thought Sadie was trying to be sexy, which makes me laugh a lot. And this is that ensemble. That's the top, by the way. Okay. Now this gets quite a laugh that none of us were expecting in the show, doesn't it, Beck? Yeah. It gets a great big laugh, and we've no idea why. Probably because we team it up with that. I feel like Trini and Susanna in reverse at the minute. Do you know what I mean?
And Nike trainers. And
Nike. Oh, of course, her shoes. These are the only shoes Sadie wears in the whole thing. These are actually for medicinal purposes due to an injury I've got. Quite cool. Not worn with that though. And then, oh, and she's got a cardigan. Oh no, she's got this. This looks like something I wore at Butlins in 1987 with leggings. Look at that. But it just says depression, doesn't it? So she wears that with a brown skirt, and that's the most coordinated outfit she has in the show. Although that coordinates quite well, doesn't it? It goes without saying, I won't be keeping anything from the show. And that's it. Oh, green cardie. And yeah, lovely Sadie. I think she did the sewing job on the pyjamas earlier on whilst eating a big pie.
Okay. Well, welcome to the dressing room of Mari. The first thing to observe is that she has a beautiful hairpiece that looks like a bit like a horse's tail. And that's because in the script it says her hair piled crinkled on her head. And I just thought she needs more hair than the hair I've got. So that goes all the way on top and has a life of its own. I like to pet it sometimes. This is the necklace that Reay gives to Mari, which is rather lovely. And the thing about Mari, it says again in the script, she lumped into her crazy clothes. So she's quite sexy, short skirts, anything with a sparkle. She's like a magpie. She likes all the sparkly stuff. And she particularly likes leopard skin and has a leopard skin coat. And all her shoes have high heels because she staggers about barely keeping her balance. So a lot of the costume decisions come from the script. So for example, that's quite a nice dress, but the costume designers put that with it because it absolutely doesn't go. So it adds to that sort of crazy clothes that she hasn't got much dress sense. And this is my player, and it plays really, really loud music because Mari is so upbeat, her energy is so high that I have to get into that zone of massive excitement. And I play lots of 80s tracks, and there is one song, Pump Up the Volume, that is Mari's song, and I play that. We're given the 5-minute call, and once I've got the 5, I play that and I dance like a crazy person, and then I dash on stage, really in a high state of alert.
Welcome to dressing room number 4. My name's Kevin McGowan. I'm playing Reay. This is where I sit. This is my dressing table. Flowers and stuff. Costumes this way. This is Tom.
Hiya, I'm Tom. I play Billy.
This is a bit dark in here, but anyway. These are my costumes. I've got 2 mainly. One is kind of in the early days when I'm a bit poor and a little bit wheeler-dealer, trying to make that big success. Kind of proto Simon Cowell. So it's all quite basic: leather jacket, grey trousers, slip-on shoes. This is my junk. And then I've got various shirts that I can change for. So without doing a massive costume change, I can still indicate that time's passed. And then later, when LB hits the big time, I've got this little number. Shiny.
Very shiny, isn't
Very
it?
shiny. Yeah, so that's quite simple, but I think quite effective. Tom, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think you pull it off, mate.
That's very kind of you. What about yours?
Yeah,
Let's have a little tour of your little gems.
So this is Billy's wardrobe. What have we got here? Tracky bottoms for warm up. There we go. So white t-shirt that he wears underneath his overalls, because Billy is a telecoms engineer. He works for BT. So these are his overalls.
Nice.
Nice, big and comfy. And his work boots. Yeah. And then, so when he's not at work, he dresses quite sort of, you know, casual and laid back, nothing fancy.
But still stylish, but still very
stylish.
Yeah,
I like to think so, yeah. So he's got his Levi's, what do you call them? What would you say? Sky blues or? Yeah.
I don't know really.
What's the word?
Stonewashed.
Stonewashed Levi's, yeah. And then it's 2 jumpers. This is one that he wears at the end for his light show.
Check your colour balance on
that. A bit funky. But I actually really enjoy wearing them because they're just nice and cosy. And then this bad boy, proper 80s. That's the one that he wears. Oh, the jacket isn't here. He wears like a sort of beige jacket on top, because the thing with Billy, a lot of his scenes are outside, so he has to wrap up warm. And then my favourite are the 80s Adidas. Nice. Yeah, love those. So that's Billy's gear. What else can we show him?
We can show, we've just had a kind of a sweater session. We can go on, we can raid Mr. Boo's wardrobe.
Indeed, yeah.
Jet, who's not here unfortunately, he plays the phone man in the first scene, and then later on comes back as Mr. Boo, who's the nightclub entertainer. Now he's got some lovely gear, but if we first of all start, obviously we've been here before, telecoms with his boots, but then comes on as Mr. Boo with this little beauty. Look at that.
Yeah, he's rolling that jumper in
Yeah.
as well.
It's great now. So we've got that, he's got his beige trousers. Obviously, dodgy businessman has to have a camel coat. got his camel coat, and then later he's got his very flash.
He gets all the good
Come up
ones,
on,
doesn't he?
yeah. Looks well snazzy.
And he slicks his hair back. Looks not cool.
Well, cool, you know.
Yeah.
And that's it.